time for high school softball on KDAO. Tonight's game is brought to you by CropRite, Creekside Grundy Center, GNB Bank, D&B Agro Systems, Ellsworth Community College. Now, high school softball on KDAO.
Welcome in, everybody, here to 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go Sports YouTube page. As we are set for Grundy Center softball tonight. Keep in mind this matchup was supposed to play yesterday for Grundy Center, as both baseball and softball ended up getting delayed yesterday on Thursday because of the weather earlier in the afternoon. Ended up clearing later on, but they decided to move this matchup to today here on Friday as they take on Waverly Shellrock for this evening. Grundy Center coming in at 8-2, Waverly Shellrock at 8-5. So same amount of wins, just 3 more losses for the Go-Hawks here this evening live from Grundy Center. Remember, we also are streaming live the Gladbrook Corn Carnival Grand Parade later on tonight at 6:30 as Chuck Carpenter will be with you on that. So just about as this matchup gets over tonight, we should be able to kind of have you pretty seamlessly over to the Gladbrook Corn Carnival Parade, streaming live on our website as well here on KDAO.com. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll have some starting lineups, the batting order, and get you set for Grundy Center softball back after this here from Grundy Center on 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go Sports YouTube.
Jake Pelham of CropRite of Grundy Center wants to help you take your business to the next level. CropRite of Grundy Center offers best-in-class agronomy products along with top-tier service. Jake thanks his loyal customers for their continued support. And if you haven't met him yet, he invites you to let him earn your business. Contact Jake at 641-751-5313, stop by at 301 North Park Avenue in Grundy Center, or visit CropRite.com. Discover Creekside Assisted Living in Grundy Center, where comfort, care, and connection come together. With their 3rd consecutive deficiency-free rating, you can trust the quality and compassion of their team at Creekside. Enjoy on-site therapies, transportation to appointments, and personalized support that makes every day simple and fulfilling. At Creekside, life is about living well, your way. Take a virtual tour or schedule your visit today at creeksidegrundy.com.
Navigating mortgages can be very complex. Start your journey with the lending team at GNB Bank. We're committed to getting you to your next home. We offer both fixed rate and adjustable rate mortgages to fit your specific needs. Our experienced lenders help guide you through the process. You can make payments or receive customer service at your local GNB Bank office. Whatever your dream home looks like, we'll point you in the right direction at GNB Bank.
Welcome back, everybody, here to 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go Sports YouTube, also here on KDAO.com. We have Grundy Center baseball here tonight. We'll start with the starting lineups for Waverly Shellrock, as they are batting first tonight as the visitors. And the batting order, batting first will be left fielder Elia Wilker. Left field tonight, number 15, is a freshman. Batting second will be number 5, shortstop freshman Maddie Wheeler. Batting third will be number 12, left fielder senior Natalie Beck. Batting 10th will be the pitcher tonight, freshman Harper Morrison. Batting 5th will be number 21, right fielder, senior Avery Corakaran. Batting 13 will be catcher Sydney Harams. Batting 7th will be 16, designated player, and Kinley Dietz. Batting 8th will be number 33, first baseman Abby Friesel. And batting 9th will be, at third base tonight, number 8, Macy Chapman. As we are set to go tonight, leading off is Elia Wilker, the left fielder, number 15, just a freshman here for Waverly Shellrock. Go-Hawks come in at 8-5 in this matchup. Grundy Center at 8-2. Big thank you to some of our sponsors here tonight of CropRite, Creekside and Grundy Center, GB Bank, DB Agri Systems, and Ellsworth Community College. Couple pitches down, 1 ball and 1 strike. We're just getting settled here in Grundy Center, as pretty much, I believe, all throughout the regular season. Keep in mind, obviously, we're kind of a few games in, but softball plays first here in Grundy Center, varsity first anyway, as Grundy Center usually plays JV first, as their JV game going on just to the left of me, and they'll have varsity following that at 7 o'clock. Works out best for the fans, too. here in attendance. They can watch softball at 5 o'clock for varsity, and then baseball pretty much starts right after that. In conclusion, here in Grundy Center, as that one's off and foul. Very convenient here with the 5 o'clock start times. Big day in the soccer world, of course. World Cup starting tonight. So USA will play later on today against Paraguay. Here's a 2-2 pitch. This one popped up in foul territory and will drop right in front of the Waverly Shell Rock dugout. Keeps the count at 2-2. Ilya Wilker, .375 batting average for the freshman. Just leading off here tonight in Grundy Center. A lot better day than yesterday, of course. Remember, this matchup was going to be played yesterday. This one is going to be popped up into the infield. First baseman easily under that and will grab for the first out. So an infield flyout for Wilker, as this will bring up Matty Wheeler, the shortstop. Wearing number 5 tonight, also a freshman for Waverly Shell Rock. First pitch, going to lay down a bunt, scooped up from Hendershot, the pitcher tonight, and it's in time for the out. Good infield play there from Matty Hendershot at the pitcher spot tonight for Grundy Center, as 2 up and 2 down.
Up to bat, number 12, Natalie Beck.
This will bring up Natalie Beck, the left fielder. Number 12 is a senior for Waverly Shell Rock. Quick 2 up and 2 down, infield flyout, and a unsuccessful bunt from Matty Wheeler, as Beck will look to try and get Waverly Shell Rock going. A quick 2 up and 2 down. First pitch outside for ball 1. Hendershot delivers, is going to be outside to the right for ball 2. Matty Hendershot, good athlete for Grundy Center. Part of Grundy Center's basketball team for many years, of course. Usually the starting point guard, excellent defender, and a good pitcher for softball. This one finds a zone for strike 1. Quick 2-1 count, 2 down. 2-1 delivery. That one's going to be high and outside for ball 3. Good at bat for Natalie Beck, just trying to get things going for Waverly Shell Rock. .3-1 delivery. That one's in the zone. Bottom shelf for strike 2. Beck lays off that one now at a full count. No one on base with 2 outs. Full count delivery. That one got away from Hendershot and outside and high for ball 4. An easy take that time for Natalie Beck, as she'll walk over to first base.
Up to bat, number 10, Harper Morrison.
So first on base for Waverly Shell Rock. With 2 down, it'll bring up Harper Morrison. She's the pitcher tonight. Another freshman for Waverly Shell Rock. 3 freshmen and a senior at the top 4 of the batting order. This pitch off to the far right and outside for ball 1. .1-0 delivery. Strike down the first baseline and off foul for strike 1. Grundy Center off to a good start for this season, of course, at 8-2. Very high in the NICL conference. This one's going to be struck down to the third base and actually caught on a line out from Harper Morrison, and a good defensive top of the first for Grundy Center, as I'll leave that runner over on first base. It'll go over no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on from the walk from Natalie Beck. We'll have Grundy Center coming up at the bottom of the first inning, 0-0. Back after this here on 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go Sports.
For your commercial or agricultural projects, trust D&B Agro-Systems of Hubbard. D&B Agro-Systems is a turnkey operation for commercial and on-the-farm solutions. At D&B, they offer grain storage, handling, and dry systems for all sizes of operation. For more than 40 years, D&B has built a name of consistently delivering quality products and prompt, reliable service at competitive prices. For complete details on what D&B Agro-Systems of Hubbard can do for your operation, visit dnbsystems.com.
Welcome back, everybody, here to 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go Sports. Bottom of the first inning. First pitch is low and outside for ball one. This is Maddie Hendershot leading things off for Grundy Center. Hendershot, the pitcher tonight, is wearing number 3. Delivery from Hendershot is going to be grounded out to the shortstop. Throw over to first in time for the first out. Good contact that time from Hendershot, but good infield play from the shortstop of Maddie Wheeler. This is Harper Morrison on the mound for Waverly Shell Rock. So Hendershot will ground out. It'll bring up Allie Koch, the left fielder, wearing number 8 tonight. Very good player for Grundy Center. First delivery right down the middle as Allie lays off for strike 1. Allison's batting average so far this year, .237, second in the batting order tonight. Lays off that pitch, low and outside for ball 1. One ball and one strike. Harper Morrison, just a freshman for Waverly Shell Rock, on the mound tonight. She delivers. Koch kind of leans out of the way for ball 2. Morrison will take her time, now delivers. This is a nice strike from Koch. That should get down and will into right field. She'll round first, head over to second. She'll head on over to third, looking for the stand-up triple. She'll slide in, and that will be a successful triple from Allie Koch. A great start here for Grundy Center after the ground out on the leadoff. Allie Koch makes up for it on a triple, knocking it all the way over into kind of in between center and right field. Had to have the outfielders chase it back along the fence. She was rounding second. You can kind of see her internally think about going over to third, and ended up deciding she had enough speed and enough time, and she's able to slide into third very safely and much in time. First delivery up and strike. This is Camden Aronson, the catcher tonight for Grundy Center, wearing number 7. Camden, just a junior here for Grundy Center. Count is quickly at 0-2 with 1 out and the runner on third. Oh, 2 delivery, heavy swing for strike 3. And Camden will strike out. That'll bring up Lauren Zajac.
Lauren Zajac.
Zajac is just a senior, or is a senior, not just. She's over at second base tonight. Really good start to the year for Zajac. .387 batting average so far on the season. Left-handed hitter as well. Has the runner on third, but with 2 outs. Sacrifice not in play at a 1-0 count. Harper Morrison takes a step back quickly. Now back on the mound. Morrison will deliver. That's far off to the left and outside for ball 2. Couple of takes for Zajac. Just trying to bat that runner in, trying to reward Koch off of her triple. 2-0 count. That one finds the zone as Zajac lays off. Erin Richmeyer's on deck for Grundy Center. We'll see if she can potentially get up to bat. Two balls and 1 strike. Runner on third, itching to come home. 2-1 delivery. That one's going to be off and foul down the first baseline for strike 2. Two count now at the plate. Grundy Center looking to get on the board here early in this matchup, trying to reward Allison Koch off of her triple. 2-2 delivery. That's in the zone as Zajac laid off. That'd go outside. But a nice pitch there from Harper Morrison leaves that runner stranded at third base. As this will go for no runs off of the one hit off a triple from Allie Cock, and then no errors and a 1 left on after the first inning. We are still scoreless. We'll go to the top of the second. Waverly Shell Rock will lead off with Avery Corricaran, Sydney Herms, and Kinley Dietz will all have an at-bat at the top of the second inning. Quick break. We'll be back after this here on 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go Sports.
Jake Pelham of CropRite of Grundy Center wants to help you take your business to the next level. CropRite of Grundy Center offers best-in-class agronomy products along with top-tier service. Jake thanks his loyal customers for their continued support. And if you haven't met him yet, he invites you to let him earn your business. Contact Jake at 641-751-5313. Stop by at 301 North Park Avenue in Grundy Center or visit croprite.com. Discover Creekside Assisted Living in Grundy Center, where comfort, care, and connection come together. With their third consecutive deficiency-free rating, you can trust the quality and compassion of their team at Creekside. Enjoy on-site therapies, transportation to appointments, and personalized support that makes every day simple and fulfilling. At Creekside, life is about living well, your way. Take a virtual tour or schedule your visit today at creeksidegrundy.com.
Welcome back, everybody, here to 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go Sports and KDAO.com. A quick 0-2 count here, as leading off is Avery Corcoran. As we're at the top of the second inning, this delivery just a bit outside for ball one. Good night so far for Matty Hendershot. Still very early, obviously, here at the top of the second, but Hendershot at the mound tonight. This one is going to be struck down and takes a pop, but gets through on the infield. Center fielder has a little bit of trouble with it, but able to cover it from going any farther.
Batting next, number 13.
As that's center fielder Evelyn Geardis. My pen kind of ran out there, writing the S, but that is Evelyn Geardis out in center field as she keeps it just as a single. So Avery with the leadoff single for Waverly Shell Rock. It'll bring up Sydney Herms. Herms is the catcher tonight, number 13. Runner on first, 1-0 count. Hendershot delivers. That is in the zone. No question about that as Herms lays off. Delivery way offside to the right for ball two. Two-one pitch now on the way. This one knocked off and fouled. Back behind the Waverly Shell Rock dugout for strike two. Make it a 2-2 count. It's a heavy swing low, and it will go off and foul. Just got a piece of it. So that'll keep Sydney at the bat. Two and two count. Hendershot delivers and strike three, swing and a miss. Nice pitch that time. Raised off to the far right and got Sydney chasing as she will strike out and it'll bring up Kinley Dietz. She's a designated player tonight. Dietz is wearing number 16 tonight. Dietz just a freshman here for Waverly Shell Rock. First pitch, just got a piece of it, but back behind and foul. Kind of itching around that third baseline. Dietz with a .273 batting average so far in the year. She'll take a step off the plate briefly, but now back up and ready. This one is struck off and foul, again back behind the dugout. Dietz with 9 total singles. She does have 2 doubles and a triple to her name so far in the early season. It's the early season. We're really kind of at halfway now, here in the middle of June. Nice delivery there as it's in the bottom shelf, and Dietz caught looking for the second strikeout of the night for Hendershot, 2 in this inning. So back-to-back strikeouts means Makes it 2 down. Runner still over on first. This will bring up Abby Friesel. 0-1 count with 2 down. Nice strike there in between the legs of Hendershot. Had the force out at second, decides to throw over to first, and it's in time for the 3rd out. As Friesel will ground out over to first. Maybe could have potentially even stepped on the bag over on second, but throws it over to first in time, as it'll go for no runs off the 1 hit on the leadoff single. No errors and 1 left on as we move to the bottom of the 2nd. Grundy Center will lead off with Aaron Richmeyer. You'll have Trinity Jarofsky and Kat Brown on deck for Grundy Center. Quick break. We'll be back after this here on 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go Sports.
Navigating mortgages can be very complex. Start your journey with the lending team at GNB Bank. We're committed to getting you to your next home. We offer both fixed rate and adjustable rate mortgages to fit your specific needs. Our experienced lenders help guide you through the process. You can make payments or receive customer service at your local GNB Bank office. Whatever your dream home looks like, we'll point you in the right direction at GNB Bank.
For your commercial or agricultural projects, trust D&B Agrosystems of Hubbard. D&B Agrosystems is a turnkey operation for commercial and on-the-farm solutions. At D&B, they offer grain storage, handling, and dry systems for all sizes of operation. For more than 40 years, D&B has built a name of consistently delivering quality products and prompt, reliable service at competitive prices. For complete details on what D&B Agrosystems of Hubbard can do for your operation, visit dnbsystems.com.
Back for the bottom of the 2nd inning, Grundy Center leading off with Aaron Richmeyer. Laid off the first pitch for ball 1, this time in the zone for strike 1 as Richmeyer lays off again. Aaron Richmeyer over on 3rd base tonight. At the mound is Harper Morrison, if you're potentially just now joining us this evening. Scoreless game so far, not too much action. A couple of hits each for Grundy Center and Waverly Shell Rock. You had the triple from Allie Koch and the single from Avery Corricaran. Other than that, though, it's been some pretty good pitching tonight from both pitchers of Harper Morrison and Maddie Hendershot. And this will be, just outside. I thought maybe that was going to be a hit by the pitch, but just missed Richmeyer off of her left leg as it's way outside for ball 3. So a 3-1 count. Good place for Richmeyer. 3-1 delivery. That one's in the zone for strike 2 as Richmeyer lays off again. Richmeyer yet to throw a swing so far, and this at-bat has her at a full count. On the fair, that would have been a nice base hit. Potentially would have went for a double, but off and foul keeps the count full. Richmeyer, a senior here, does have a triple to her name so far. 3 doubles and 5 singles so far in her hitting. Hitting here on the season. Still leading off here, full count, and that one's off and foul. For ball 4, excuse me. As it tried to reach that top right corner, but goes for ball 4 as Richmeyer will walk over to first. So good at bat for Richmeyer, kept herself on base. Pitch count up to past the full count, I think up to 8 pitches actually, as she'll walk over to first. This will bring up Trinity Jarofsky. She'll try to lay down the bunt and then backed away at the last second. Found the zone for strike 1. Jarofsky over at the shortstop position tonight. Jarofsky is a sophomore. Keep in mind, I know we're in the summertime. It can get a little bit confusing, but the classes refer to the start of this previous school year as now the school year is over, but Jarofsky will be going into her junior year at the start of the next school year, just to kind of avoid confusion for any of the classes, especially the later you get into the summertime. 0-2 count. Delivery too high and off to the right for ball 1. Richmeyer over on first after the leadoff walk. Drosky does have a triple to her name off of just the 1 hit so far on the year. as she will knock this in and fair. Throw over to second will be in time, and throw over to first will not be, as Jarofsky will be safe off of the fielder's choice. So that will not be a recorded hit for Jarofsky, but she'll be safe on first. So fielder's choice gets the first down as Richmeyer's called out going to second. This will bring up Kat Brown, the first baseman, number 17 tonight. Catarella Brown is a junior. Remember her a little bit from basketball. Seems so long ago now, but most likely we'll be getting a lot more minutes going into next year. 0-1 count with the 1 out after the fielder's choice, as a double play was unsuccessful. So that pitch goes for strike 2. Throw back over to first. Will slide back in time is Jarofsky. So make an 0-2 count. Harper Morrison trying to keep Grundy Center at bay. Bit of a slower start. Had some girls on base. Had the triple in the first inning from Allie Koch, but proved to not have the runner in. That's a foul tip and goes for strike 3 for the second out. So Kat Brown will strike out. I'll bring up Anna Myers, wearing number 12 tonight. Anna Myers is a sophomore for Grundy Center. Have her first at-bat tonight. Myers hasn't played in too many games. Does get the start tonight. If my stats are correct that I'm looking at, actually should be her first official start for this season. She's played in 7 total games. Hasn't started any of them yet, so this will be her first start here tonight for Grundy Center. Has yet to record a hit on the season. Looking for her first one here tonight with her first start. Heavy swing that time. Goes for strike 2. 2 outs, runner on first. Myers looking to get things, trying to get things going here at the bottom of the second as we're approaching the end of the batting order. Oh-2 delivery. Check the swing. A little bit too high. Good patience that time as it'll go to a 1-2 count. Evelyn Geerdes will be on deck for Grundy Center if Myers can find her way on base. 1-2 delivery, far and outside to the right for ball 2. Got away from Harper Morrison that time. Good day for her at the mound so far. Been fairly even, just a couple of one hit each from both pitchers given up. And 1 walk, so that is even as you can get so far from the pitching duel tonight. Here's a heavy swing and a nice pitch for strike 3 as Myers will strike out. Back-to-back strikeouts. 4th strikeout on the night for Harper Morrison. Keeps Grundy Center at bay. Goes for no runs off of no hits, no errors, and 1 left on after the fielder's choice and the walk from Aaron Richmeyer. Bottom of the 3rd coming up. Leading off will be Macy Chapman. Then we'll have Ilya Wilker and Maddie Wheeler as we round out back to the top of the batting order. We'll come back after this. Top of the 3rd coming up here on 92.9 FM and radio on the Go Sports.
Jake Pelham of CropRite of Grundy Center wants to help you take your business to the next level. CropRite of Grundy Center offers best-in-class agronomy products along with top-tier service. Jake thanks his loyal customers for their continued support. And if you haven't met him yet, he invites you to let him earn your business. Contact Jake at 641-751-5313. Stop by at 301 North Park Avenue in Grundy Center or visit croprite.com.
Welcome back, everybody, here to 92.9 FM and radio on the Go Sports. Top of the 3rd inning. Couple pitches down, a 1-1 count. At bat is Macy Chapman, the freshman for Waverly Shell Rock. 2-1 count. been an 0-0 ball game so far. Two pitchers have done pretty well so far. Pretty even. About as even as you can get stat-wise. This one's knocked off and foul. Both have a few strikeouts to their names. Both have given up a walk and a hit. Both have had just 4 up in both innings. So stat-wise, it's about as even as you can get. More strikeouts tonight for Harper Morrison. But Hendershot's done a nice job this evening in the fielding department. That one outside for ball 3. Make it a 3-2 count. It's Macy Chapman. It's actually Chapman. No M, a little misleading there. So Macy Chapman is going to ground out, and throw to first will be in time for the first out. So Chapman is the third baseman tonight, I believe. She'll ground out. So we'll go back to the top of the batting order. This is Elia Wilker. She's a left fielder tonight. Number 15 is a freshman. Excuse me, actually, one of those I's I wrote is actually an L, so it is Ella Wilker tonight. Apologies about that. She had the infield flyout leading off this game tonight as she's at the top of the batting order. Quick 0-1 count. Hendershot's had a nice night on the mound. She'll look to continue to keep Shell Rock shut out tonight. This pitch off and to the right for ball 1 at a 1-1 count. Maddie Wheeler will be on deck for the Go Hawks. High pitch, but reaches up for it and knocks it down. Nice bat that time for Wilker, as that'll drop in shallow left field for a single.
That's number 5, Maddie Wheeler.
So Wilker gets things started. She gets a single for the Go Hawks. That'll bring up Maddie Wheeler. She grounded out in her first at bat. Just the one out after the ground out from Chapin. Infield is pressing in. The steal is going to go over to second and slides in and safe. Throw not in time. A little bit off the bag. Would have been hard to reach down and tag that out, as the steal successful for Wilker. This is going to be bunted down, and throw over to first will be in time, but the sacrifice successful and gets the runner over to third in scoring position. So Wilker will go over to third after her successful steal and the bunt from Wheeler. So Wheeler does her job. She moves the runner over to third. And this will bring up Natalie Beck, as she has the runner in scoring position on third. Sacrifice not in play, but a prime scoring position. Runner is going to... Oh, sorry. No, actually, I take that back. As the bunt was successful, actually. Foot must have been off the bag from the first baseman. Looked like it was in time, but apparently the throw was a little bit too high and the foot was off the bag. So scratch what I said. Bunt is successful. This one's going to be popped up into right field. It's going to be caught. Runner's going to stay at third. No attempt to go home. And keeps it at base. So a pop-up into right field from Natalie Beck. So scratch that sacrifice on Wheeler. Her bunt was successful. Throw over to first. Foot must have been off the bag on the reach high, as the umpire did call her safe. So now we're at 2 outs after the fly out from Beck. This will bring up Harper Morrison, the pitcher tonight. Has runners on second and third. Morrison lays off that pitch, off far to the right side. Morrison's done a really nice job at the pitching mound tonight. It's a good batter in her own department as well, as it usually is. 326 average for Morrison so far in the year. This pitch far off to the right side for ball 1. 1-1 count with 2 outs. Runners on second and third looking to come home. This one is an off-speed pitch. Gets popped up into foul territory and will drop right in front of the Go Hawks dugout. Make it a 1-2 count. Camden Arnson, catcher tonight, almost was able to track that down, but not in time, just quite. 1-2 delivery from Hendershot, trying to find that right corner. She was walking off like she found the zone, but it is called for ball 2. Just a bit outside to the right as a 2-2 count. Good looking pitch, though, as Morrison backed off 2-2 delivery. This one is going to be put into play. Scooped up from the shortstop. Throw to first is, foot's off the bag and a drop. That's going to be an infield error. Runner's going to be safe at first, and 2 runs are going to come home for the Go Hawks. That's going to be a 2-0 lead now for Waverly Shellrock. Infield error from the infield defense for Grundy Center, as Morrison will get the RBI. She'll be safe over on first after the infield error. But it was scooped up from the shortstop of Trinity Jarofsky. She did make the throw, but just a little bit too high, I think, and just had a little bit of trouble with it. The foot was on the bag. As a steal over to second, that's going to slide in and be successful. But ended up having the catch, and I think just tried to turn too quickly. Was Grundy Center. That was the first baseman of Cap Brown. Just tried to turn a little bit too quickly with the ball and had the foot off the bag and ended up leaving the runner safe, and 2 runs were able to score. That was a swing and a miss with the at-bat of Avery Corricaran as she strikes out. But a successful inning for Waverly Shellrock. A 2-0 lead for the Go Hawks, as this will go for the 2 runs off of the 1 hit of Ella Wilker. The 1 infield error, and ends up leaving 2 on, I believe. But had the single from Wilker, the bunt was successful, as you can maybe even kind of consider that a potential error, but it's hard to judge that. I think maybe the pitch or throw to first was just a tad high, had the foot off the bag, and bunt was able to be successful, putting the runner at third. Fly out, and then the hit from Harper Morrison over to shortstop, and then the infield error, able to score 2 runs, is able to give Waverly Shellrock the 2-0 lead as we move to the bottom of the third. Grundy Center will lead off with Evelyn Geerdes, then Maddie Hendershot and Allie Koch will have their guaranteed at-bats at the bottom of the third. Quick 30-second break. We'll be back after this here on 92.9 FM and KDAO.com.
Jake Pelham of CropRite of Grundy Center wants to help you take your business to the next level. CropRite of Grundy Center offers best-in-class agronomy products along with top-tier service. Jake thanks his loyal customers for their continued support. And if you haven't met him yet, he invites you to let him earn your business. Contact Jake at 641-751-5313. Stop by at 301 North Park Avenue in Grundy Center or visit CropRite.com.
Welcome back, everybody, here in 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go Sports. Quick 1-0 count. This is Evelyn Geerdes up to bat for Grundy Center. Swing and a miss that time. Too low for strike 1 on a 1-1 count. Geerdes over at center field tonight. One delivery. It's been a really good day for the pitcher of Morrison. And a swing and a miss again from Geerdes. Makes it a 1-2 count. Geerdes rounding out the batting order at the 9th spot. Maddie Hendershot will have her second at bat after this. Here's a kind of a check swing, but ended up following through for strike 3. As Geerdes will strike out. So that'll bring up Maddie Hendershot, the pitcher tonight. Hendershot, of course, one of the big senior leaders for Grundy Center. Hendershot ended up grounding out in her first at-bat, leading off this game. Gets her second at-bat tonight, lays off that pitch, finds that corner of the zone for strike 1. Grundy Center coming off of a win against AGWSR. Last time I was here on Tuesday. They took on Wapsie Valley. So I was covering some baseball for Grundy Center. They lost to Wapsie Valley 7-2 for just their second loss on the season. As a win and loss kind of coming into this week. Looking to get back on the positive side in the win department. Down 2-0 here on the bottom of the third. Hendershot with a 1-1 count. Lays off that pitch far out to the right for ball 2. Maddie Hendershot. Very good softball player. .450 batting average for her so far on the year. Has a triple, 4 doubles, and 13 singles to her name. Chops this one down and caught from the second baseman. We'll wait for the ruling of the umpire, and he will say it is caught and out as Hendershot lines out to the second baseman. Took a second there for the ruling, but it does get called a catch. It was low to the ground. Almost took that bounce, but second baseman was under it for the catch. That's second baseman. That's actually the flex spot. Actually, I have that here for you real quick. Grundy Center does not have a flex in their starting lineup tonight, but that is actually I'll get that for you here in a second. Here's an 0-1 count with 2 down, no one on base. Here's a swing in back behind home plate off the fence for strike 2. Oh, 2 count. Allie Koch looking to kind of get things going for Grundy Center if they can here in this third inning. Swing in a hit back behind home plate, very similar to the last pitch. Count will stay at 0-2. Morrison takes her time, 0-2 delivery, and checked the swing just in time. Almost went across home plate as that was far off to the right side for ball 1. One-two count. Morrison resets. She'll deliver. This one's going to get popped up, and it's in the spectator area, just back behind the bleachers for the count to stay at 1-2. Second baseman tonight, by the way, is Haley Flaherty, the senior. She's in the flex spot tonight for Waverly Shell Rock. 1-2 count. Delivery, checked the swing, found that bottom left corner for strike 3 as Koch was caught looking. As 2 strikeouts again in this inning. 2 strikeouts per inning is Morrison averaging as she's having a great night at the mound as the bottom of the third will go for no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. Top of the fourth coming up. Waverly Shell Rock will lead off with, they'll go 6, 7, and 8. Sydney Hirams, Kinley Dietz, and Abby Friesel will have their guaranteed at-bats. We'll take a quick break back after this for the top of the fourth. Back after this here on 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go Sports.
Discover Creekside Assisted Living in Grundy Center, where comfort, care, and connection come together. With their 3rd consecutive deficiency-free rating, you can trust the quality and compassion of their team at Creekside. Enjoy on-site therapies, transportation to appointments, and personalized support that makes every day simple and fulfilling. At Creekside, life is about living well, your way. Take a virtual tour or schedule your visit today at creeksidegrundy.com.
Navigating mortgages can be very complex. Start your journey with the lending team at GNB Bank. We're committed to getting you to your next home. We offer both fixed rate and adjustable rate mortgages to fit your specific needs. Our experienced lenders help guide you through the process. You can make payments or receive customer service at your local GNB Bank office. Whatever your dream home looks like, we'll point you in the right direction at GNB Bank.
Top of the fourth. First 2 pitches, 1 ball and 1 strike. As this is Sydney Himes leading off for Waverly Shell Rock. So catcher tonight. First at bat was a strikeout. 1-1 delivery. This one finds the zone. Nice pitch that time from Hendershot. Off to the right, but just found that zone for strike 2. Pitch delivered outside for ball 2. Himes takes a step off, now back into the box. 2-2 count, just leading off here at the top of the fourth. Hendershot delivers. This one struck down, and it'll get down in center field. She'll round over to first. She'll make her way over to second. Throw will be close, trying to make the tag. Ball pops out, and she'll be saved. As a successful double for Sydney Himes.
Batting next, number 16.
Gets things going for Waverly Shellrock on a leadoff double. So bring up Kinley Dietz. Dietz is the designated player tonight. Struck out in her first at-bat. Working on the leadoff double with no outs, obviously. And their shot will take a minute. Get reset, trying to make amends a little bit from that last inning. We will have a pinch runner for Waverly Shellrock. This will be Ainsley Prostein. So Prostein over on second base. Doing the base running over on second. Himes will make her way back to the dugout. Game is chugged along quite nicely here at the top of the fourth, halfway through. Well, as soon as we're complete here, we'll be halfway through. We stay in regulation innings up to 7. Low pitch near the dirt as this goes for ball 1. This one to get put down into play. That'll get through. That'll be a base hit. A runner is going to come from third, throw over to home. That'll be close. Trying to make the tag and can't, as that will be safe, and an RBI single from Kinley Dietz. She'll end up on second, but the fielder's choice will obviously advance her over to second base as an RBI single from Kinley Dietz. That's base runner of Ainsley Prostein, the sophomore, as she'll score the run. So pinch runner does her job. She'll come home. A 3-0 lead here for Waverly Shellrock. No outs, and again a runner on second. Swing and a miss that time for strike 1. This is Abby Frazel. Frazel, the freshman, over on first base tonight. Ring number 33. Quick 0-2 count. Hendershot trying to do some damage control here. Great spot, though, for the Go Hawks. Here's a pitch off to the right side. It's going to be a wild pitch back behind home plate, and runner will advance. As Waverly Shellrock in a great position now. Runner on third. No outs on a 1-2 count. Already had the RBI single from Dietz, and now she finds her way on third. Here's a heavy swing. Reached out for that one for a miss. And strike 3 as Frazel will strike out. Going to bring up Macy Chapin.
Number 9, Kinley Campman.
So I apologize here. I actually had the number wrong on my starting lineup. It is not Macy Chapin. This is number 9, Kaylin Campman. So I got my 8 and 9 kind of mixed up there. So apologies about that. For 9th in the batting order, it is number 9 of Kaylin Campman. She had the last at-bat, too, as she was the one that grounded out. Here's Campman, lays down the bunt, throw over to home, and throws it off target for the catcher, and it will be a fielder's choice and ends up at second base was the bunt from Campman.
To bat, number 15,
So the bunt will be successful, and the RBI will score. It is an infield error. As Maddie Hendershot scooped it up and kind of rushed that throw back to the catcher, trying to prevent the run from coming home, but threw it off in wild, and the runner will make her way over to second of Campman. So this puts the runner on second with just the 1 out. This will go back to the top of the batting order with Ella Wilker. This pitch high and outside for ball 1. So Waverly Shellrock really finding their groove here in these past 2 innings. It's 2 runs and the 3rd and 4th now. Still with just the 1 out. Go Hawks looking to put on some pressure. This one's going to be knocked into right field, and that will drop in fair. That'll be a base hit. That'll go for extra bases and score the run. She'll round over to third. Throw over to third. Not in time, and she'll be safe as there was no attempt to throw at any other base. So that will be an RBI triple from Ella Wilker. Great speed that time from Wilker, as this will bring up Maddie Wheeler. And a quick infield meeting here with Grundy Center to discuss some things, as it is a 5-0 lead now. Waverly Showrock really putting it on here in Grundy Center. Break shouldn't take too long, so we'll keep it right here, as it is up to a 5-0 lead now for the Go Hawks. Really good inning. Started off with a leadoff double, then an RBI single from Dietz. Leadoff double, by the way, Sidney Himes. And then Frazel struck out, and then the bunt successful for the RBI of Kaylin Campman. And now the RBI single from Ella Wilker. So that's 3 total hits. And you can, I believe the bunt is not going to go down as a base hit, as the throw was over to home off the bunt. It kind of goes as a sacrifice bunt, but the throw home was an error. It was able to advance her all the way over to second of Campman, as she was able to score off of Wilker's single. This will be laid down as a bunt again. This will be throw over to first, this time in time for the out. So sacrifice bunt is successful, and an RBI for Maddie Wheeler. So another run will score. It is being laid on here, 6-0 game. But after the sacrifice, no one on base. This will bring up Natalie Beck. She walked in her first at-bat, flew out in her second, as she has no one on base with 2 outs. She'll put this one into play. Down to the third baseman, throw over to first. It's in time for the third out. Grundy finally able to get out of this 4th inning, but 4 total runs off of 3 total hits. You had the double, leadoff double, the RBI single, and another RBI single, and that one big infield error from Grundy Center, and ends up leaving nobody on. Very good inning for Waverly Showrock. It's a 6-0 game. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Grundy Center will lead off near the top of the batting order, 3-4-5, as they'll go with Camden Aronson, Lauren Zajac, and Aaron Richmeyer will get their guaranteed at-bats. Take a quick 30-second break. Back after this here on 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go Sport.
For your commercial or agricultural projects, trust D&B Agro-Systems of Hubbard. D&B Agro-Systems is a turnkey operation for commercial and on-the-farm solutions. At D&B, they offer grain storage, handling, and dry systems for all sizes of operation. For more than 40 years, D&B has built a name of consistently delivering quality products and prompt, reliable service at competitive prices. For complete details on what D&B Agro-Systems of Hubbard can do for your operation, visit dnbsystems.com.
Welcome back here to 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go Sports. This is Camden Aronson. Struck out in their first at-bat. Leading off here at the bottom of the 4th. First pitch outside for ball 1. Waverly Showrock up to a quick 6-0 lead now here in the 4th inning. Started off a bit slow on both sides. A couple of hits to each name after the first 2 innings. A couple of walks, but that was really about it. Both pitchers having a good night tonight, as Morrison doing a really nice job at the mound, keeping Grundy Center at bay. She's up to 6 total strikeouts on the evening. So count is up to 1-1, but Waverly Showrock able to find their groove in the 3rd and 4th inning, especially the 4th. 2 runs in the 3rd, 4 runs in the 4th, making it a 6-0 lead at the bottom. This pitch, low into the dirt, got away from Morrison that time. It goes for ball 2. Morrison will take her time. She'll deliver the 2-1 pitch. This one would get chopped down right to the second baseman. Scooped up, throw it to first in time for the first out. So Camden Aronson will ground out over to first. It'll be Lauren Zajac up to bat. Zajac struck out in her first inning, in her first at-bat. Zajac, another senior here for Grundy Center. So we're at second base tonight. Zajac with a 1 triple, 1 double, and the rest of all singles, up to 10 so far on the season. Zajac, very good batting average, .387, among the few highest on the team so far. She's right in that 4 spot in this lineup. 1-0 count, heavy swing and a miss for strike 1. Well, Harper Morrison, really good day tonight from Waverly Showrock's pitcher. 6 total strikeouts. She's kept Grundy Center scoreless, obviously. Harper Morrison, she's got a batting average against of 228 so far on the year. This one knocked off and foul for strike 2. Earned run to average of 2.24 is definitely the main starting pitcher, of course. Just a freshman here for Waverly Shellrock. 7-3 total record. She's played in 12 games, started in 9. They have a couple of other pitchers that they rotate, mainly Casey Stone, that will also do some pitching duties for Waverly Shellrock, but Morrison, the main girl at the mound. She's done a great job tonight and has so far this season. Count is 2-2 with just the 1 out. Zajac, a left-handed hitter. 2-2 delivery. That one does find the zone a little bit to the outside, but finds that outside line for strike 3 as Zajac was caught looking. So 7th strikeout of the night for Morrison. This will bring up Erin Richmeyer. Richmeyer walked in her first at-bat. Looking to potentially get something going for Grundy Center. They need anything that they can have at this point. So it's a 6-0 lead for Waverly Shellrock. Definitely not out of it so far, but going into that 5th inning especially, as this 4th inning, it's a little bit tough now, but going into that 5th and 6th inning, they need to get at least a chip away at this lead to try and give themselves a chance towards the end of this matchup. Heavy delivery outside to the left for ball 1. Count is 1-1, 2 outs, no one on base. Harper Morrison does a routine. She'll deliver. That one just a bit outside to the right for ball 2. Morrison has a bit of a routine. Kind of throws the ball into the glove. Takes a step up. Stretches a little bit to the right. Then takes her stance and delivers. This one similar spot off to the right for ball 3. It's a favorable count. Good at bat here for Erin Richmeyer. She was able to take the walk in her first at bat. Three-one delivery. This one off to the far left and goes for ball 4. Richmeyer again will walk over to first. So 2 walks for her tonight.
To bat, number 15, Trinity Jurovsky.
So she'll find her way over to first base. This will bring up Trinity Jurovsky, the shortstop. She ended up safe on first after a fielder's choice in the first inning, or her first at-bat, excuse me, in the second inning. First pitch outside and low for ball 1. Morrison. She'll deliver. This one, nice pitch that time into that left corner for strike 1. Count at 1-1. 2 outs with the runner on first of Richmeyer. 1-1 delivery. Swings for it low for strike 2. Jurovsky chased that a bit, going low. Count at 1-2. 2 outs. Grundy Center trying to get anything on the board if they can here in this 4th inning. High pitch off to the right. Easy take for ball 2. Count at 2-2, just the 2 outs. Richmeyer ready to go at first, trying to get Grundy Center on the board. This one will get chopped down past the first baseman. That will be a successful single. Throw over to third. Will keep the runner at bay. So a base hit for Trinity Jurovsky. Keeps this inning alive. It'll bring up Kat Brown, the first baseman. Kat Brown struck out in her first at-bat. Big at-bat for Kat Brown and Grundy Center. Runners on first and second with 2 down. Checked the swing, did get a piece of it, went off and foul for strike 1. 0-1 count, 2 down, runners on first and second. Grundy Center kind of in desperation mode a little bit, especially if Waverly Shellrock keeps their offense going the way it was these past 2 innings. Trying to get something on the board before they go into the 5th. Here's a swing and a miss or strike 2. Cat Brown, 7th in the batting order. Anna Myers waiting on deck. See if she can get a potential at-bat here in this inning. Count at 0-2. Morrison will deliver. This one popped and back foul, back behind home plate. Keeps the count at 0-2. Good job from Richmeyer to keep that at-bat. Get herself on first. Jarofsky following it up with a single. Puts the runners at first and second. Grundy Center just trying to get something going here in this 4th inning. It's been a quiet night for them offensively. 0-2 count goes way high. That'll be a wild pitch. Runners will advance. So now in scoring position with runners on second and third. That ups the ante here for Cat Brown. Pitch went just a bit too high. Catcher had it briefly in that glove and then back behind home plate for an easy advance of the runners. 1-2 delivery from Morrison. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Morrison finds another strikeout on the night. She has consistently struck out 2 batters in each inning in this game so far. She's up to an 8 total. As Grundy Center almost put themselves on the board, but not quite. Goes for no runs off of the 1 hit from Trinity Jarofsky. No errors and 2 left on after the walk and single from Grundy Center. We'll go to the top of the 5th. Waverly Shellrock will lead off. They'll go 4, 5, 6 in the batting order. Harper Morrison, Avery Corricaron, and Sydney Himes will have their guaranteed at-bats. Quick break. Back for the top of the 5th here on Radio On The Go Sports and 92.9 FM.
Jake Pelham of CropRite of Grundy Center wants to help you take your business to the next level. CropRite of Grundy Center offers best-in-class agronomy products along with top-tier service. Jake thanks his loyal customers for their continued support. And if you haven't met him yet, he invites you to let him earn your business. Contact Jake at 641-751-5313. Stop by at 301 North Park Avenue in Grundy Center or visit croprite.com.
Top of the 5th inning here as Waverly Shellrock a quick out as it was popped up into foul territory from Harper Morrison leading off as it was just in the foul territory back right beside third base and able to make the grab for the first out. This brings up Avery Corricaron. She is a senior here over at right field. Had the base hit and struck out as she's 1 of 2 tonight. Count is at 1-1. 1 out, nobody on base. Pitch goes low near the dirt for ball 2. Waverly Shellrock not too pressed offensively to get anything going. Has the big 6-0 lead here at the top of the 5th. 2-1 count. Way too high for ball 3. A very impressive 4th inning for Waverly Shellrock. 4 total runs off of 3 hits. Had 2 runs off of 1 hit in the 3rd inning. So that pitch low into the dirt. Good take there from Avery as she's able to walk over to first. That puts a runner on first base. It'll bring up Sydney Himes. Himes struck out in her first at-bat, then followed it up with a double. She's 1 of 2 tonight. We will have a pinch runner for Waverly Shellrock. As soon as I get the number, I'll cross that information to you. A little bit hard to see the numbers from the front here for Waverly Shellrock, especially when they're in the running stance. So again, this is Sydney Himes, the catcher tonight. Sophomore for the Go-Hawks. Great showing tonight for Waverly Shellrock. Showing bunt, and the runner will go from first. Thrower to second. Tag is in time. Nice infield play. Nice throw from the catcher of Camden Aronson. and it will get the successful tag out as the pinch runner wasn't able to get her number, unfortunately, as she was quickly there and then gone as attempting to steal over to second, but she's caught stealing. That brings up the second out. So Himes no longer working with the runner. Quick 1-1 count. Hendershot delivers. That one got away from Hendershot. So almost came back down near the zone, but goes for ball 2. Two-one count, no one on base, 2 down. 2-1 delivery, far off to the right side and out for ball 3. Kinley Dietz is waiting on deck. See if she can get a potential at-bat here in the 5th inning. 3-1 delivery, off and foul near the youth baseball field. Kind of a 3-for-1 here in Grundy Center. You have baseball competing here as well. Softball, youth baseball sometimes plays here as well throughout the week. Here's a full count pitch. Heavy swing and a miss. Nice pitch that time from Hendershot as she will successfully strike out Himes. So top of the 5th goes for no runs off of no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. Had the walk from Cora Karen, and the pinch runner got caught stealing, as that will bring a quick kind of 3 up and 3 down of a sort. As the bottom of the 5th, Grundy Center will go 8-9 and then back to the top of the batting order, as Anna Myers, Evelyn Geerdes, and Maddie Hendershot will get their guaranteed at-bats at the bottom of the 5th. Quick 30-second break. We'll be back after this here on 92.9 FM and radio on the Go Sport.
Discover Creekside Assisted Living in Grundy Center, where comfort, care, and connection come together. With their 3rd consecutive deficiency-free rating, you can trust the quality and compassion of their team at Creekside. Enjoy on-site therapies, transportation to appointments, and personalized support that makes every day simple and fulfilling. At Creekside, life is about living well, your way. Take a virtual tour or schedule your visit today at creeksidegrundy.com.
Welcome back, everybody, here to 92.9 FM and radio on the Go Sports, as we are set for the bottom of the 5th inning. As Grundy Center, we are going, I believe, 8-9 and then back to the top of the batting order. Get their guaranteed at-bats here in the 5th inning. Back kind of against the wall here for Grundy Center. Feels like they got to put something on the board here. So they are down 6 going into the last 3 innings. Check the swing. Bottom shelf goes for strike 1. Sarper Morrison still at the mound. She's had an excellent day tonight. She's a big reason why Grundy Center has had some offensive struggles. She's had a tremendous job at the plate, finding the zone very consistently. It's been a hard night for Grundy Center to get any hits off of her tonight. Quick 0-2 count. 8 total strikeouts for Morrison out of 4 innings. She has not only averaged 2 strikeouts per inning, she has had 2 strikeouts per inning in each of these 4 tonight. And there's another one on the board. She's up to 9, as that will strike out Anna Myers. So Evelyn Geerdes will be up to bat again. She also struck out in her first at-bat. First pitch, tried to lay down the bunt. She backs off at the last second, does find the zone for strike 1. Count 0-1 after the leadoff strikeout from Myers. 0-1 delivery from Morrison. That tried to find that top right corner, just a bit outside for ball 1. Morrison goes through her routine. She sets, she delivers a heavy swing and a miss for strike 2. Maybe a foul tip potentially, but goes for strike 2. Makes the count 1-2. Maddie Hendershot waiting on deck. Geerdes potentially having to get Hendershot work with just 1 out versus 2. 1-2 pitch goes too high. Nice take there from Evelyn for ball 2. 2-2 count. Morrison gets back in set. Quick routine, she'll deliver, and Gertis knocks us off and foul. Back over the fence near right field. Keeps the count at 2-2. Morrison will reset. Takes a little bit extra time, but she goes through a quick routine, and then she quickly delivers. This is a swing and a miss for strike 3. 10th strikeout of the night for Harper Morrison as her excellent night continues. She's only given up the 1 hit. Granted, it was a triple, but that's the only lone hit. And we had the base hit from Jenny Jarofsky, so 2 hits tonight. This one off and foul for strike 1. It's an 0-1 count. It's Maddie Hendershot. Looks to try and get things going here at the top or the bottom of the 5th. Pitch off far to the right for ball 1. Hendershot grounded out in her first at bat, lined out in her second. She's 0 for 2 tonight, looking for her first hit of the evening. One of the better players, a high batting average, close to 450 on the season for Hendershot. 1-1 delivery and kind of leans out of the way, but does find the zone. She kind of played a little bit that time for a 1-2 count. So a 1-2 count, 2 outs, no one on base. Grundy Center down 6 going into this bottom of the 5th. Hendershot will smack this over into center and right field. That'll drop perfectly. That will be picked up from the center fielder. She'll round second. She'll make her way over to third. The throw is going to be low into the dirt. She'll be there safely. And Hendershot gets herself a triple. A much-needed big hit for Grundy Center as it'll bring up Allie Koch. She had the triple in the first inning as well, as Maddie Hendershot matches her tonight for the best hit of the evening for Grundy Center. So a triple gets things going for Grundy Center by Hendershot. As Allie Koch had the triple, like I mentioned, she also struck out. She's 1 of 2 tonight. Big at-bat for Grundy Center if they can try and get Hendershot home and see if they can get some other things going, as Koch is 2 in the batting order. Camden waiting on deck for Grundy Center. First pitch. Ooh, just a bit outside to the right for ball 1. As Koch laid off. Allie over at left field tonight. Biggest at-bat of the evening so far for Grundy Center, trying to get themselves back into this game. This one is going to be popped straight up into the infield. Very, very high, but does find Morrison's glove for the catch. And will bring up the third out. Good try from Allie Koch at the plate, but ends up popping it straight up in the infield as it leaves Hendershot stranded over at third base as it goes for no runs off the 1 hit off the triple from Maddie Hendershot. No errors and 1 left on for Grundy Center. Top of the 6th coming up. Waverly Shellrock with a big 6-0 lead. Top of the 6th will lead off with Kinley Dietz. They'll have Abby Frazel and then Kaylin Campman will have their guaranteed at-bats. They'll go 7, 8, 9 in the batting order. Back after this here on 92.9 FM and radio on the Go Sports.
Navigating mortgages can be very complex. Start your journey with the lending team at GNB Bank. We're committed to getting you to your next home. We offer both fixed rate and adjustable rate mortgages to fit your specific needs. Our experienced lenders help guide you through the process. You can make payments or receive customer service at your local GNB Bank office. Whatever your dream home looks like, we'll point you in the right direction at GNB Bank.
For your commercial or agricultural projects, trust D&B Agrosystems of Hubbard. D&B Agrosystems is a turnkey operation for commercial and on-the-farm solutions. At D&B, they offer grain storage, handling, and dry systems for all sizes of operation. For more than 40 years, D&B has built a name of consistently delivering quality products and prompt, reliable service at competitive prices. For complete details on what D&B Agrosystems of Hubbard can do for your operation, visit dnbsystems.com.
Kinley Dietz was up to bat top of the 6th inning, and a lead-off single from Dietz as she smacked the first pitch off into center field, just over the shortstop. As Waverly Shellrock quickly gets a runner on first to start off the 6th inning. This will bring up Abby Frazel. She grounded out and struck out in her first 2 at-bats, looking for her first hit on the day. Runner's going to go from first and slide in safely for a successful steal, and Waverly Shellrock quickly with a runner in scoring position after the leadoff single, and steal is successful from Kinley Dietz. 1-1 delivery. This one is going to get popped up into right field. A lot of air under it. Center fielder will come over, and she'll make the grab. Runner is able to tag up, and she'll head over to third base as Frazel will fly out into center field, but does advance the runner from second to third in prime scoring position. So this will bring up Kaylin Campman, the third baseman. She was able to gain herself an RBI off of the bunt slash error in her last at-bat. Kind of laid down that bunt, and it was able to put it right in front of Hendershot. She threw it over to home plate. It wasn't a force out, had to tag it out, so kind of rushed that throw, and it went behind the catcher, earning that RBI to be successful. 2-0 count as Campman has the runner on third working with. Has an out to work with as well. Sacrifice well in play for Waverly Shellrock. Looking to add on to this 6-0 lead. This is going to be popped up and looks to potentially stay in. It will. Catcher under it for Grundy Center as Camden Aronson will make the grab.
Up to bat, number 15.
So infield fly out back behind the catcher. Goes for the second out. It'll bring up Ella Wilker. Wilker, the left fielder. Good night tonight. 2 base hits and an RBI to her name. She's 2 for 3 on the evening. Has another RBI potential here with a runner on third. This one is going to get put into play. It's going to be high arching in the infield, and first baseman easily under it for the out, as that's Kat Brown making the grab. So a quick 6th inning there for Waverly Shellrock. Had the leadoff single, but then a flyout, an infield flyout, and another infield flyout for Waverly Shellrock. Ends up with no runs off the 1 hit, no errors, and a 1 left on. Bottom of the 6th, a big 6th inning for Grundy Center. Down by 6 with 2 innings to go and a lot to make up for the Spartans. We'll take a quick break. Back after this here on 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go Sports. Welcome back, everybody, here to 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go Sports. Bottom of the 6th coming up. It is a lot of ground to make up for Grundy Center. Waverly Shellrock on top here, 6-0 as we enter the bottom of the 6th inning. Grundy Center's Camden Aronson will lead off here. First pitch was outside for ball 1. She struck out and grounded out. She's 0 for 2 tonight at the plate. You're going to hear that a lot, though, for Grundy Center. It's been a terrific night for Morrison on the pitching mound. She's up to 10 total strikeouts. She's had 2 strikeouts in each inning tonight, and all 5, and she's up to a 10 total. She'll look to continue that trend. It's made Grundy Center's life at the plate a big struggle this evening. 2-0 count off to the far right side. A quick 3-0 count. A little uncharacteristic. Not many of those tonight. Good spot for Camden Aronson. It's Grundy Center. Obviously will take anything that they can get, but they need more than walks. They need to get girls quickly into scoring position and as early as they can. This one straight down the middle as Aronson took it for strike 1. Count at 3-1. Lauren Zajac waiting on deck for Grundy Center. Three-one count. She'll reach down. She'll get a piece of it. She lines it over to the second baseman and scooped up in an easy throw to first for the first out. So Aronson will ground out. It'll bring up Lauren Zajac, the second baseman Zajac struck out in both at-bats tonight. Looking for a good at-bat here. One of their better players, fourth in the batting order. Big at-bat for Zajac. Might be her last one potentially tonight. She's going to lay down the bunt. It'll gain some air. A little bit of trouble with it from the third baseman, but we'll get there successfully. Hard to really call that one an error, but we'll give it to Zajac. As the bunt successful, she'll make it over to first base. This will bring up Erin Richmeyer. She's walked in both of her at-bats, so she's 100% at the on-base percentage tonight. She's had some really good at-bats, too, being able to stay in to some very heavy pitch counts on this evening. We'll see if we get a potential another one here. First pitch finds zone for strike one. Richmeyer lays off. Trinity Jarofsky waiting on deck for Grundy Center. See if she can get an at-bat. Has the runner on first, one down. As Grundy Center down by 6 runs, 6-0 here at the bottom of the sixth. Don't need to make it all up here in this inning, but definitely needs to chip away at it to give themselves a chance in that seventh inning. Lays off again and does find that bottom shelf for strike two. Morrison has been all over the plate tonight, and she's made it very difficult for Grundy Center to find some consistent just overall hitting tonight. It's been a big struggle for Grundy Center. They've been able to gather a couple, but for the most part, it has been a lot of this. And another strikeout for Morrison, her 11th one of the night. So Richmeyer got caught looking and goes for the second out. This will bring up Trinity Jarofsky. She ended up safe off a fielder's choice and got herself a single in her second at-bat. So she's gotten on base in both at-bats tonight. Has the runner on first with 2 down. Quick 0-1 count. Cap Brown is waiting on deck. She'll want to get herself an at-bat, especially in the position that Grundy Center is at right now. Swing and a miss for 0-2. Morrison will take her time. Goes through her routine. Now she'll deliver and off to the right and off for ball one. Still going to be a little bit in case you're potentially wanting to come out here to Grundy Center's baseball, kind of diamond, softball fields. Varsity baseball won't start for at least another half hour, maybe a little bit more than that. JV has had a lot of scoring. Their game's gone a little bit slower than softball tonight, so it'll still be a minute before that gets up and going. There's another swing and a miss for strike three. That's Morrison's 12th strikeout of the night. And again, the trend continues. 2 strikeouts per inning for Harper Morrison, as the successful bunt from Grundy Center will lead to no runs off the 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. As the top of the 7th is coming up. Again, a big thank you to our sponsors here this evening for Grundy Center of CropRite, Creekside and Grundy Center, G&B Bank, D&B Agrisystems, and Ellsworth Community College. Don't forget as well, the Gladbrook Corn Carnival, of course, happening this weekend. We are live streaming that grand parade coming up, and we'll be on our website at kdao.com very soon, as it's 6:17 right now. Just turned 6:18. That'll be at 6:30, so just here in a few minutes, as you can check that out online at kdao.com. If you can't make the live stream, if you're still tuning in with us here for softball, remember you can check it out afterwards on demand at kdao.com. Just a heads up on that. That goes for any of our sports broadcasts, parades, or graduation ceremonies. I know graduation season over now, but it's a good time to remind you if you missed any of the graduation ceremonies or want to relive any of those that we ended up broadcasting. That includes, I believe, BCLUW, East Marshall, and Marshalltown. You can check out all those graduation ceremonies on demand on our website at kdao.com. You can check that out anytime, including this one here tonight, in case you might be watching or listening here on demand as I speak, as this is a laid-down bunt. They're trying to maybe wait for it to roll out and foul, but it stays fair as a lead-off bunt for Maddie Wheeler is successful. She'll get over on first base. I think they were just kind of a little bit hopeful that time that it would roll off the first baseline, as they didn't think that they were going to be able to pick it up and throw it over to first in time. So instead of potentially rushing that throw and a potential fielding error, they just kind of maybe hoped it would roll off the first baseline and foul, but ends up staying fair And a good bunt laid down from Maddie Wheeler as this will bring up Natalie Beck. Runner will go from first to second. Throw will be caught, but tag unsuccessful. Just a tad late. Nice attempt, though, from Grundy Center as the count is 1-1. Natalie Beck had the leadoff walk. She flew out and then grounded out in her at-bats tonight. Pitch goes too low for ball 2. Waverly Shellrock not pressed, obviously, on scoring any more runs, but they'll gladly take some to extend this lead here in the top of the 7th. Grundy Center will get their at-bats no matter what, obviously, here in the 7th inning, but they want to keep this at 6, of course, as much as they can. They're going to need a whole lot in the bottom of the 7th, as it's been a tremendous pitching performance from Harper Morrison for Waverly Shellrock. 2-2 count, heavy swing that time for strike 3, as Beck will strike out.
Batting next, number 10, Harper Morrison.
This will bring up Harper Morrison, as I just previously mentioned. Good night at the plate, too. She earned herself an RBI. She was able to get on base. Ended up being a fielding error, but the RBI credited to her name in this game tonight. She had a line out and then flew out into foul territory in her other 2 at-bats. So still technically looking for her first successful hit tonight. Does have an RBI to her name, but we'll see if Morrison can get that done this evening on her last at-bat of the game. 2-0 count with 1 down. Runner is on second. Two-0 count. Got a piece of it back behind and foul for strike 1. Looks like JV has wrapped up as well for Grundy Center, so baseball potentially. So Grundy Center varsity will be starting relatively soon. Is scheduled for 7 o'clock this evening. So you're planning on coming out here live in person. Grundy Center baseball will be starting up relatively soon. Well after softball, most likely will be over tonight. 2-2 count as we're here at the top of the 7th inning. Runner on second with 1 down. Waverly Shellrock looking to add to this lead. This is off and foul. Keeps the count in 2-2. Remember, this matchup was originally supposed to be yesterday. Same with Grundy Center baseball as well. They were supposed to play yesterday on Thursday, but obviously got delayed due to some heavy rainfall. Ended up kind of clearing out around the actual start time of the games, but that rain obviously affecting the fields. Ended up deciding to postpone. Probably the best decision. So they maybe could have played yesterday, but just a little bit too kind of iffy and a little bit up in the air. So a quick turnaround, able to just play the next day, and that's a little bit lucky. Sometimes you're not always able to make the reschedule that quickly. This one is going to get driven into center field, and that is gone for Waverly Shellrock as Harper Morrison earns herself a 2-run homer here in the 7th inning. And she's had a terrific night at the pitcher's mound, and now she earns herself a 2-run home run for the Go Hawks. That is Harper Morrison's 5th home run on the season. So this is not necessarily anything new for Morrison on the plate, but still a tremendous hit nonetheless. That is a 2-run homer for Morrison. That will extend Waverly Shellrock's lead to a 8-0 extension here in this top of the 7th inning. As Waverly Shellrock's put on a performance here tonight, as it is just 1 out on an 0-1 count. This is Avery Corricaran. Avery is senior here for Waverly Shellrock. Lets that pitch go, but does find the zone for strike 3 and got caught looking for the strikeout. This will bring up Sydney Himes.
Up to bat, number 13, Sydney Himes.
So with 2 outs, no one on base after the 2-run home run from Waverly Shellrock. Sydney Himes seeing if she can do some damage. First pitch, this one's going to get knocked into right field and can't make the grab. That will drop. Throw over to second will be close, looking for the tag, and she'll slide in successfully as we'll go ahead and give that to her for Himes. You got to keep in mind, I am not the official stat keeper. Any stats I lay out for you, especially if it's a little bit iffy, just always keep in mind it is not official with me. It is just based off my opinion. If you don't agree with anything I say, you're more than welcome to disagree with it, as I will not be, my word is not law, according to some of these baseball stats. There's a whole bunch of them, obviously, throughout the duration of a game. So if you feel an error thought was a hit or a hit was an error, you feel free to disagree with me. It's just my overall opinion on certain stuff. As that one was down the first baseline, but just went off and foul. It was right to the first baseman. It would have been a force out, but ends up going for strike one. So Himes, after the double, will bring up Kinley Dietz. She has a couple of base hits to her name and an RBI. Good showing for her tonight. The designated player, she'll knock this down, or sorry, back behind home plate off the net for strike two. It's very nice. They have the net covering the spectators for Grundy Center. Sometimes you don't see that at every baseball and softball diamond. It's just kind of the way, obviously, it goes. Certain parks, you have to be a little bit more careful, a little bit more of a heads up, and some foul ball potential. This one is going to get line drive, and that will get past the shortstop and second baseman. Runner's going to head home. Catch, tag is not made. It is safe. A great come home for Waverly Shellrock from second base, rounded third. The tag was very, very close, but it slides in safe. And that extends the lead to 9-0. 3 runs total here in this 7th inning for Waverly Shellrock, and puts the runner again at second base. So Dietz earns herself an RBI. This will bring up Abby Frazel. Frazel yet to score a hit or record a hit tonight. 2 outs. Frazel will knock this down. It gets through. That's a base hit for Frazel. Trying to send home the run. She'll slide in. No need necessarily. And the runner will get over to second as well. And that's another RBI single for Frazel. She'll head over to second after the fielder's choice. And trying to tag out the runner coming home. And that's another run for Waverly Shellrock. And the Go-Hawks just adding it on here in Grundy Center. As this is Kaylin Campman. She has an RBI to her name as well on the evening, as we're 9th in the batting order. As another tremendous inning here for Waverly Shellrock, as their hitting has just kind of sparked as the game has gone along. The 4th inning really opened up the game. Went a little bit cold in the 5th and 6th inning, scoring no runs and just the 1 hit off the 5th and 6th inning, but we have the home run. We're up to, I think, 5 total hits now on this inning alone. Here's the knockdown to second baseman, able to make the stop. Nice stop there from second baseman of Lauren Zajac. She's able to make the stop. Throw over to first is in time, as Campman will ground out. So inning finally over here at the top of the 7th, as the bottom of the 7th coming up. Grundy Center in a big-time hole, down at 10-0, as they'll have Kat Brown, Anna Myers, and Evelyn Geerdes with their guaranteed at-bats. We'll take a short break. Back after this for the bottom of the 7th inning here on 92.9 FM and radio on the Go Sports.
Jake Pelham of CropRite of Grundy Center wants to help you take your business to the next level. CropRite of Grundy Center offers best-in-class agronomy products along with top-tier service. Jake thanks his loyal customers for their continued support. And if you haven't met him yet, he invites you to let him earn your business. Contact Jake at 641-751-5313. Stop by at 301 North Park Avenue in Grundy Center or visit croprite.com.
Welcome back, everybody, here to 92.9 FM and radio on the Go Sports. Bottom of the 7th coming up. It's a 10-0 lead for Waverly Shellrock. Obviously, maybe a bit of a too tall to order. Too big of an order, I should say, for Grundy Center to answer. Can never say never, though, in the game of softball and baseball. That's why we play this every inning that we can. Mercy rule not applied, obviously, once it's in the inning itself. Here's a heavy swing and a miss from Kat Brown as she leads off here in the bottom of the 7th. Anything and everything will have to go right here, obviously, for Grundy Center, as it has been an excellent night at the mound for Harper Morrison. She's had 2 strikeouts in each inning tonight, and she'll look to see if she can continue that trend here in the 7th. But she's up to 12 total strikeouts and has had exactly 2 strikeouts in each of those innings. 2-1 count. Delivery on the way, finds the zone for strike 2 as Brown lays off. Kat Brown did strike out in both of her at-bats tonight. As if I'm looking through my stat sheet correctly, I believe every single player has at least struck out once, except for Maddie Hendershot. As a reach for it on that one, swing and a miss for strike 3, as Brown will strike out. But yeah, every player tonight has at least struck out once, except for Hendershot. She grounded out, lined out, and had the triple. She will get another at-bat, though, as we go 8, 9, and 1 in the batting order. This is Evelyn Geerdes. Or, sorry, no, we're going 7, 8, 9 in the batting order. Apologies about that. Wrote down the strikeout in the wrong spot. As Anna Myers up to bat, as we're 8th in the batting order. 0-1 count with 1 down. Pitch low into the dirt for ball 1. No one on base after the leadoff strikeout. Evelyn Geerdes will be on deck. Morrison up to 13 total strikeouts tonight. This pitch got away from her a little bit. Off to the right for ball 2. But her pitching tonight has really kind of put a cherry on top of the hitting performance. It was a bit of a slower start this evening for both squads, but Morrison kept up her impressive pitching tonight. This will be knocked down into center field. It's caught. Nicely done from the center fielder from Waverly Shellrock, Natalie Beck. Able to make the run. She's a little bit off balance, but makes the grab. Great fielding in the outfield, as that will be a line drive pretty much to the center field for the second out. This is Evelyn Geerdes, also the center fielder. She has struck out twice as well in both at-bats. Her third at-bat tonight. 2 down. It's a 10-0 ball game. Waverly Shellrock on top. It looks to be walking out of here with a win here in Grundy Center. What a performance tonight from the Go-Hawks. They came in on the road to a really good Grundy Center team, but the pitching tonight from Morrison has really capped this off. This will be knocked down to the second baseman. Throw to first quickly in time as the streak ends in the 7th inning for Harper Morrison, as she is only able to gain 1 strikeout here in the 7th inning, but she had 2 in the rest of them for 13 total strikeouts for Harper Morrison in this game tonight. It is a 10-0 victory for Waverly Shellrock. We'll take a quick break. Back after this, we'll wrap it all up for you here in Grundy Center on 92.9 FM and radio on the Go Sports.
Jake Pelham of CropRite of Grundy Center wants to help you take your business to the next level. CropRite of Grundy Center offers best-in-class agronomy products along with top-tier service. Jake thanks his loyal customers for their continued support. And if you haven't met him yet, he invites you to let him earn your business. Contact Jake at 641-751-5313. Stop by at 301 North Park Avenue in Grundy Center or visit croprite.com.
Final score tonight, Waverly Shellrock defeats Grundy Center 10-0 after 7 innings. A excellent performance from the pitcher tonight of Harper Morrison. 13 strikeouts from Harper Morrison. She had 2 strikeouts in every inning tonight except for the final inning in the 7th, as she just had the 1. But a tremendous night for Harper Morrison. Definitely gave Grundy Center a lot of trouble offensively at the plate, but an excellent showing from her. And a great night at the plate, as it just kept kind of continuing on. As that 7th inning really exploded. I actually failed to write down how many hits. I believe 5. So if we do the math here, 5, 9, 11 total. Oh, no, sorry. I'm looking at the wrong thing. 6, 9. Oh, no, it is 11. Okay, it's still 11. So 11 total hits tonight for Waverly Shellrock off the 10 runs. And just a tremendous night at the plate and a great pitching performance from Harper Morrison for Waverly Shell Rock, as they came in at 8-5, maybe potentially underestimated. Grundy Center maybe underestimated Waverly Shell Rock just a little bit, but they knew they were going to be a tough game tonight. Grundy Center still a great team. They'll drop to 8-3 on the season, so still an excellent start. They had the tough loss to Wapsie Valley on Tuesday. They had the win against AGWSR, and they fall tonight here to Waverly Shell Rock, as they'll look to perform better next week and get some more numbers in the win department as they move on to next week. We're kind of over the hump now at the mid-season. We're kind of going into the backstretch of the year a little bit, pretty much right at the halfway point, as we got plenty more baseball and softball for you on our schedule. Make sure to check out our entire list, our entire schedule on our website at kdao.com. You can check that out anytime. Make sure to just go over to the sports tab at the top of our website, head over to sports schedules, and you'll find the baseball, softball schedule for the rest of the summer as we continue into next week. Just kind of looking ahead a little bit. Next week will be on the 16th. We'll have Grundy Center Baseballs. We'll be back here in Grundy Center as they will host Denver. Then we'll also have Glabrick Rhinebeck hosting D&H. That'll be on the 16th, which I believe is Tuesday. So next Tuesday, Grundy Center Baseball and Glabrick Rhinebeck Baseball. Then Wednesday, we'll have East Marshall Baseball versus West Marshall. Then on Thursday, we'll have East Marshall again taking on Glabrick Rhinebeck. And then Friday, we'll have Marshalltown Baseball versus East Marshall, South Hardin Baseball versus Iowa Falls Alden, and BCLAW Softball versus Colonesco. So lots of baseball, softball next week and continuing on through the season of summer here in the state of Iowa. That'll do it for us. Remember, the Glabrick Corn Carnival Grand Parade is streaming live on our website right now at kdao.com with Chuck Carpenter. You can check that out afterwards as well if you can't make the live stream. But the Glabrick Corn Carnival, Conrad Black Dirt Days Parade will also be tomorrow on Saturday morning at around noon. So make sure to tune in to both of those parades, live streaming with us here at kdao.com. That'll do it for us here in Grundy Center. Big thank you to our sponsors tonight of Crockbright, Creekside and Grundy Center, G&B Bank, D&B Agri-Systems, and Ellsworth Community College. I'm Austin Johansson saying goodnight here from Grundy Center on a 10-0 Waverly Shell Rock win. See you next week here on KDAO.com and 92.9 FM.
Tonight's game was made possible by Crockbright, Creekside Grundy Center, GNB Bank, Ellsworth Community College, D&B Agro Systems. This has been a special sports presentation of KDAO.